Have you ever believed that a lucky Feng Shui number would bring wealth into your life? But instead, all it brought was late bills, strange headaches, and money that slipped away faster than it came? It happens more often than you think. Some numbers are praised as magnets for fortune, like 168, 88, or 28. But when they land in the wrong hands, wrong homes, or wrong energy zones, they quietly do the opposite. Not just blocking your luck, but reversing your entire money flow. That's the twist with Feng Shui. It's not just about what looks lucky. It's about how energy interacts with your space, your timing, and your intention. The number on your door can either welcome wealth or whisper it away before it ever knocks. So before you celebrate that shiny, lucky number on your house or apartment, make sure it's not one of these 5, because skipping them would be a big mistake. If you've ever felt like your money disappears for no reason, hit the like button and stay with me. This might explain a lot more than you expected. People love the number 168. They'll paint it on walls, stitch it into business cards, fight over homes that end with it. In Mandarin, it sounds like one path to prosperity. 168. One road, smooth and straight, all the way to wealth. But what if I told you that same road can curve inward like a spiral, twisting all your plans into stress, confusion, and financial burnout? You see, Feng Shui doesn't hand out lucky numbers like candy. It listens to the land, to the home, to you. And when a number as heavy as 168 gets tossed into a space that's not ready, it doesn't bring fortune. It brings force. And force, without alignment, turns into pressure. Not luck, just noise, heat. Leaks you didn't see until the bills started piling up. 168 is a fire-forward number. The 1 ignites. The 6 amplifies. The 8 drives it all into outcome. It pushes energy forward, fast and bold. But Feng Shui always asks, where is it pushing to? When this number is placed on homes that already hold yang-heavy energy, like south-facing homes or spaces filled with too much metal and glass, the result isn't wealth. It's combustion. You might feel it as rising heat at night, or tension in the back of your neck that never goes away, or an urge to work harder and harder without seeing results. That's 168 pushing. But your space? It might be collapsing underneath it. The person who grabs 168 usually chases success fast. Driven, optimistic, vision board filled with gold. But what they don't notice is their fear of stillness, their struggle to rest, their addiction to momentum. 168 speaks to those who tie their worth to results. And if the energy isn't held right, it magnifies that chase until it burns. They don't sleep. They say yes to every project. They drown in almost there, until their wealth becomes a wheel they can't stop spinning. It's like buying a sports car and flooring the gas in a tiny suburban street. The car is built to go, but the environment isn't made for speed. So what happens? You wear down the brakes. You stress the engine. And worst of all, you miss the turns that lead to actual peace. That's 168 in the wrong house. All engine. No roadmap. In numerology therapy, high activation numbers like 168 correlate with type A stress behaviors. Clients often report sleep issues, overworking, and emotional fatigue, especially in households where lighting is harsh or the entryway is cluttered. These pressure points stack subtly. You won't notice until your nervous system crashes. If you already live in a 168 house, don't panic. Balance is possible. Start by grounding your front entrance. Add a slow-growing plant like snake plant or peace lily. Avoid red decor near the door. Replace it with earthy tones like terracotta or deep green. Introduce calm lighting, nothing glaring or flickering. And most importantly, take 3 deep breaths before walking in after work. You're not entering a race car. You're entering home. Let the fire slow. Let it serve you, not run you. I once knew a guy who was so obsessed with 168, he changed his license plate, bank PIN, and dog's birthday. True story. His business tripled, but so did his migraines. He finally calmed down after switching his office number to 134. He says he still loves 168. He just loves sleeping more. Cameron was the kind of guy who lit up any room. Always had a side hustle going, wore lucky bracelets, saved angel numbers in his notes. So when he got the chance to buy a condo with the number 88, he didn't hesitate. He laughed. 88, double wealth. That's the jackpot. He took it as a sign. He even told his mom, "Mom, I didn't find this place. It found me." The first few weeks felt electric. He decorated fast, kept saying he felt the energy buzzing. But then, something shifted. He started sleeping less, spending more, forgetting simple things like where he parked or who he owed money to. He blamed it on stress, blamed it on the coffee. But deep down, something didn't sit right. It wasn't until his friend Olivia came over, a Feng Shui nerd like us, that someone finally said it out loud. "Cam, 88 isn't lucky when your space is already full. It just adds more." In Feng Shui, the number 8 is bold. It's like a current of moving earth. It wants to shape, to build, to expand. When you put 2 of them together, 88, you're doubling that current. But here's the catch. Energy doesn't always double cleanly. If your home is already loud, cluttered, or constantly shifting, 88 doesn't bring wealth. It brings overwhelm. Cam's condo had sharp lighting, too many mirrors, and no grounding. The front door opened straight to the kitchen. The energy didn't flow, it splashed. And 88? It wasn't steering the current. It was drowning in it. People like Cam don't chase wealth just for the cash. They chase it because they're trying to prove something. That they made it. That they're enough. 88 speaks to those who feel they have to earn their safety. They don't rest because they think luck is a window that can slam shut. So they move fast, buy fast, trust fast. But that energy? It's exhausting. It doesn't give luck time to land. It rushes it out the back door before it even settles. Think of 88 like 2 espresso shots. Great if you're steady. Awful if you're already jittery. Cam was running on fumes before 88 came into his life. But instead of grounding, he doubled the buzz. It's like adding speakers to a song that's already too loud. You don't hear more music. You just lose the melody. Studies in environmental psychology show that constant movement in visual space, reflective surfaces, sharp contrasts, open entries with no transition zones, raise cortisol over time. Add numerological activation like 88 into the mix, and the body reads it as more pressure. People report decision fatigue, scattered thinking, and a strange sense of money moving fast, but never staying. When Olivia pointed out the imbalance, Cam didn't sell the place. He shifted it. He added a grounding mat near the door, placed a bowl of river stones under the mirror, hung a soft curtain between the entrance and kitchen, and started turning off his phone 1 hour before bed. "Now," he said, "I don't feel lucky. I feel ready." That's what Feng Shui does when it's done right. It doesn't just excite your energy, it holds it. Last time I saw Cam, he told me he changed his Zoom ID to Cameron.88. Still believes in luck, just doesn't let it run the show anymore. He says, "Double eight is cool, but these days I'm more into double naps." Smart man. Jasmine thought she hit the jackpot. After years of jumping between apartments, she found one that felt right. Clean layout, bright windows, number 28 on the door. She smiled, whispered, "Easy money," and signed the lease the same day. Because in Feng Shui, 2 means easy. 8 means wealth. Put them together and you've got smooth money, at least on paper. But 3 months in, Jasmine wasn't swimming in cash. She was drowning in unfinished invoices, late fees, and a sense that time was always slipping. She didn't feel poor. She felt rushed. Like money was running through her hands, not into them. Here's the hidden truth about 28. It doesn't just mean easy wealth. It means accelerated wealth movement, and that movement can go in either direction. 2 opens the flow. 8 intensifies it. Together, they speed things up. But Feng Shui doesn't reward speed. It rewards harmony. If your space, your energy, and your routines aren't already in sync, 28 acts like a gust of wind in a messy room. Papers fly, dishes clatter, you forget what you were even doing. It's not just a number. It's a tempo. And if your rhythm's off, it just makes the chaos louder. Jasmine was a go-getter. Freelancer, quick on her feet, always 2 coffees deep by 10 a.m. But she had this pattern. Start strong, then spin out. Jump in fast, then second-guess everything midway. Her fear wasn't failure, it was wasting time. So 28 looked perfect. Fast flow, no delay. But what she didn't see was how 28 mirrors the emotional speed trap inside her. It amplifies urgency. It triggers decisions made too soon. It celebrates movement over meaning. And she paid the price. Not in one big crash, but in 100 small leaks. Using 28 when your life isn't ready is like booking an express train. When you haven't packed your bag, sure, you'll get somewhere, but you'll forget your charger, lose your wallet, and probably show up exhausted and underdressed. That's how 28 works. It keeps pushing, even when your foundation isn't set. It's speed without seatbelts. Clinical research into time pressure and environment shows that people who live in spaces with movement-heavy energy, like open doors facing stairs or hallways, experience increased stress, impulsive financial behavior, and lower task completion rates. 28 reinforces that movement. If it's not managed, it creates a loop of over-effort and under-return. What helped Jasmine wasn't moving out. It was slowing down the space. She shifted her desk to face a wall, put a rug near the entry to break the run-through feeling, and added a quartz cluster near her window. She also started using a physical planner instead of 5 phone apps. And she paused each morning at her door, hand on the number, saying, "I choose flow that nourishes, not rush that drains." 28 can work, but it has to match your breath, not your fear. Jasmine joked with me last week. If 28 was a boyfriend, he'd be hot, rich, and ghost you right after brunch. She's not wrong. Sometimes fast isn't fun. Sometimes lucky needs to chill. If this is speaking to your situation too, hit that subscribe button. There's more Feng Shui clarity coming your way, and you don't want to miss what's next. Derek had always been drawn to the number 18. He said it felt clean. A solid start, a powerful ending. 1 for new beginnings, 8 for infinite wealth, simple math, right? So when his realtor showed him a cute brownstone with the number 18, he said yes before stepping inside. He didn't ask about the layout, didn't check the light, didn't notice that the front door opened straight into a staircase. He just saw 18 and felt like the universe had finally texted him back. For a while, things were good. He landed a new job, got into crypto, met someone special. But slowly, subtly, everything started speeding up. Not in a good way. His wins came fast, but so did his losses. Love turned tense. Money moved strangely. And energy? He said it felt like trying to light a candle in the wind. Feng Shui doesn't just care about what numbers mean. It cares about how they behave. 18 sounds lucky. In many cultures, it symbolizes definite prosperity. But energetically, it's a number of pressure. 1 is ignition. 8 is drive. Together, they don't just move forward. They accelerate. And if the space isn't balanced, if the home holds sharp lines, rising staircases, or echoing ceilings, that energy doesn't build. It burns. 18 pushes everything toward results. But it doesn't ask if you're ready to hold them. It's like a flame that grows too tall, too fast. Looks beautiful, until it eats the wick. Derek was a builder, a fixer, the kind of person who makes vision boards in January and hits half his goals by March. But he had a blind spot. He didn't know how to pause. He believed in moving forward, always. Even when tired. Even when confused. Even when the relationship needed more quiet than answers. And 18? It matched that rhythm perfectly, until it pushed him past his own edges. He didn't crash. He just kept going, until the going stopped feeling like his. Using 18 when you're not grounded is like running a marathon on a treadmill set to max incline, with no water breaks. Sure, it'll get your heart pumping. But what's the finish line? Where's the joy? You'll sweat. You'll spin. You might even win something. But you'll be too dizzy to celebrate. Research into achievement anxiety shows that environments, which emphasize fast output both visually and spatially, create chronic stress cycles. Homes with rising patterns, narrow entrances, or upward symbols, like stairs behind the front door, can trigger subconscious urgency. Pair that with 18's energy, and the body lives in constant go mode. Over time, this weakens decision clarity and reduces actual wealth retention. Derek didn't move out, but he did move in, to his space. He painted the stairwall a soft clay tone, added a flat wooden panel behind the front door to hold the energy from rushing, placed a grounding lamp in the entry, warm and low. And big step for him took Sundays off. Now, he says the house doesn't feel like a track. It feels like a bench. 18 still lights a fire, but now it has a hearth. Derek laughed the last time we talked. Said, I used to think 18 was my lucky number. Then he paused, took a sip of tea, and said, now I think I'm my lucky number. The house just reminds me. That's Feng Shui working. Not to make you someone else, but to bring you back to yourself. Marissa moved into her dream apartment on the 9th floor of a vintage building downtown. Unit 309. She said the number felt elevated. In numerology, 9 is the highest single-digit number, the symbol of full cycle, wisdom, wholeness. She thought it meant she'd arrived. No more chasing. No more climbing. But within months, the peace she expected never came. Her days started early and ended late. She was always helping someone, always fixing something, always saying yes. She told me, "I thought 9 would be my crown. Turns out it was my leash." In Feng Shui, 9 is powerful, but misunderstood. It represents culmination, yes, but it also carries completion pressure. It wraps things up. It signals an ending. It carries fire energy, deep and wide, the kind that burns from within. If your space is full of to-do lists, reflective surfaces, and overcommitment, 9 doesn't calm you. It stirs you. It says, finish more, give more, do more. And that pressure, if unbalanced, doesn't make you whole. It makes you tired. Marissa is the classic caretaker. Capable, deeply kind, always thinking 2 steps ahead for everyone else. She thought 9 would reward her efforts. Instead, it amplified her guilt. The shoulds got louder. The rest felt indulgent. The silence turned sharp. People like her don't know how to stop. They wait for life to tell them well done. But 9 doesn't whisper praise. It challenges you to close things out, even if it means closing the door on your own needs. Living with 9 energy in the wrong context is like having a giant submit final draft button above your bed. Every night you feel like something's due. Every morning, like you're behind. Even when you've done enough, it doesn't feel enough. It's not that 9 is wrong. It's that 9 expects readiness. And most of us are still learning what that feels like. Psychological research into completion anxiety shows that people in high-performance environments often develop guilt patterns tied to productivity. In home spaces, this energy shows up through over-decorating, over-scheduling, and mental fatigue. The presence of numerological 9 paired with fiery interiors or too many active zones reinforces those patterns, making it harder to feel done or rest. What helped Marissa wasn't escape. It was ritual. She set boundaries, created a no-response zone by turning off notifications after 8 p.m., hung sheer curtains to soften the light in her workspace, replaced her hallway mirror with a painting of a single still lake. And every Friday, she lights a small candle by the window, lets it burn down fully, and says, "This weekend's here." Not because she finished everything, but because she's enough as is. Marissa told me she still loves the number 9. She just doesn't try to live up to it anymore. She said, maybe 9 isn't about getting everything done. Maybe it's just learning how to end things with grace, including the pressure. She paused, then added, and hey, my sleep's never been better. That's the kind of luck Feng Shui knows how to deliver. So, maybe the number on your front door isn't just a number. Maybe it's a mirror, a rhythm, a signal for the kind of energy your space is holding or leaking. In Feng Shui, lucky doesn't always mean right. It has to be right for you, your timing, your flow, your foundation. Because even the best number, used without care, can push money away, drain your energy, or burn you out without you even noticing. If you felt a little too seen in today's video, you're not alone. Many people live in homes with Feng Shui patterns that look lucky, but feel exhausting. That's why we do this. To bring clarity where things feel confusing. To help your money stay, your luck flow, and your home feel like it's finally on your side. Drop a comment and tell me, have you ever lived with a lucky house number that felt totally off? I'd love to hear your story. And if this video gave you even one aha moment, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe for more Feng Shui tips that go beyond surface level advice. And share this with someone who's been feeling stuck in their space without knowing why. If you haven't seen it yet, check out our deep dive into the 7 Feng Shui house numbers that drive in your cash and mega luck. It's the perfect companion to this one. And remember, your space speaks. Wisdom listens.